The Three Graves Pulse Rifle of the Dead Orbit. No need to dig too deep. Our slumber will not be disturbed. Arak Jalal. This is Mr. C here, everyone, and welcome back to another weapon review. Today we will be doing the Dead Orbit Pulse Rifle of the Three Graves with the high impact frame, slow firing, high damage. This weapon is more accurate when stationary and aiming down sights. The Model 6 loop, increased range and handling speed. The Mark 15 lens, greatly increased range, decreased handling speed. Next thing is the extended mag, which is greatly increased magazine size, greatly decreases the reload speed. This weapon has an increased mag, but reloads much slower. Flared magwell, optimized for fast reloading, increased stability, greatly increases reload, and outlaw. We're going to jump right in. As usual, we'll be looking over if it's PvP and PvE stats. With a rounds per minute of 320 and a magazine size of 30 and 39 with the extended mag, let's jump right into this review. Okay, so as usual, we will be comparing the scopes. The first thing is the Model 6 loop versus the Mark 15 lens with flared magwell. And the reason we put flared magwell on was because flared magwell adds a little bit more stability and a little bit more reload, which is probably the best for this. Now in the next clip, I'm going to show what it looks like without it, and it is actually, pretty bad, but as you guys can see on screen right now, it looks relatively the same, and it's personal preference. You can either choose the left scope or the right scope. It doesn't really matter. Of course, with the right scope, it's more condensed. With the left scope, it's a little bit more all over the place. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like, which is quite appalling without flared magwell. So as you guys can see, the Model 6 loop versus the 15 lens without the flared magwell is just terrible. I mean, the gun trails off to the right and it's just inaccurate. So right now, guys, I'm going to show you the PvP versus PvE aspect of it. Mainly with this gun is if you're going to go without the flared magwell, it's not a good idea. Just put on flared magwell. Anyways, guys, so sorry about that. The black screen. So in PvP, this gun fares moderately well as long as you have flared magwell on, and the lens that I'm using, the Model 6 loop. I do have a bit of trouble with it. It is not very good versus a close quarters type matchup. Long range to medium range, it has a little bit more wiggle room. The unfortunate part, in order to do a lot of damage, you have to be like a little bit away, and you can't be moving too much, which is again a little bit of a how do you say problem. If you don't move it around in Crucible, then you're not, well, you're gonna die. Let's face it. With the Midas and the Nameless Midnights and the True Prophecy, it just won't work, unfortunately. So overall, for PvP, personally, I actually like using this gun in PvP. I thought it was fun. I know you guys are probably seeing some stuff on screen where I'm getting my ass handed to me and all that, but Mr. C always wins in the end. So out of 5 on PvP, as usual, we'll be rating it on a 5 for PvP, 5 for PvE, and then an overall rating out of 10. So for this one, I'm going to give it approximately a 3 out of 5. Just because with the high impact frame, it's unfortunate that you have to do a lot more damage while standing still, but the gun still favors a lot even when you're moving. So hopefully, I want you guys to go I would try this out, but now we're going to get into the PvE aspect, which is a little more interesting, mind you. Okay, so PvE, the bare backbone of why I play Destiny. And I'm not a PvP guy, I'm a PvE guy. In PvE, the way I measure a gun is by how well it can perform in a strike. The reason I pick that strike is because it has to be good. A strike offers you majors, normal ads, sometimes a vehicle, like a fallen walker, and a boss. This gun managed to hold up against almost everything in this strike. It was amazing. This gun may not be able to pack as much of a punch as the Nameless Midnight, but for a pulse rifle, it is probably one of the most highly recommended for PvE in my opinion. The gun is able to manipulate them so well. It can one-shot a normal ad, depending on it, like a Thrall or an Acolyte. But Hive Knights, it 2-3 bursts them if you get them all in the head. This gun, for me, out of, 5 for PvE, in my personal opinion, it's going to get a 4.5. Reason I'm giving it a 4.5, actually, you know what? No, 5. I'm giving it that 5 because it has Outlaw. So if you get a kill, immediately reload it and go back to killing. And with that, you end up kicking so much ass. It's unbelievable. So I'm going to give it a 5. Now we're going to move on to the overall score. That will bring the overall score, if we add it up, let me think, 5 plus 3, it's about 8 out of 10. From Dead Orbit, the Three Graves Pulse Rifle is going to get a 8 out of 10 on this video. Fantastic gun, beautiful handling with flared magwell, beautiful sights, I love this gun. It's probably one of my favorite pulse rifles that I've ever used in Destiny to this date. It is quite an interesting one. It's unique. It reminds me a lot of the Unbent Tree from Destiny 1 in design-wise. But that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this video. The next Dead Orbit gun that we will be reviewing, and then New Monarchy, and then, and so forth, we will be reviewing the Dire Promise hand cannon in tomorrow's video. It's about Saturday right now, so I'm going to upload this video probably Sunday morning, or Saturday, late in the evening, and then upload the Dire Promise tomorrow at approximately around night. So be on the lookout for that. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. I'd like to thank everyone who's been subscribed to my channel so far. I know this doesn't sound like a lot, but we're down to 7 subscribers, or up 7 subscribers, and it's just been, I thank you for each person that has subscribed. The amount of support that I've gotten on my other review videos has been phenomenal. 600, 400 views as to the date of this video, but thank you guys so much. This has been Mr. C. It has been a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu.